Hello, my gorgeous soul sister. Vanessa Samaina here, your spiritual business bestie and fellow psychic CEO. And in today's video, I've got 5 ways in which you can instantly level up your spiritual business. And this will work whether you are a coach with a spiritual twist, a yoga teacher, a Pilates instructor, you sell crystals, you are a tarot card reader, or you do energy healing. I have designed these 5 tips for you to be able to apply them immediately so that your business can instantly break through an income ceiling that it's been struggling with. And of course, we will also be using my tarot cards in order to channel some insights that we otherwise might have overlooked. Step number 1 is to create something hot, low ticket with an instant result that is very similar to what you're already offering for free and people are already loving. And we've got the Lovers card. I need to tell you something, my gorgeous soul. If you have already got 10 followers, 100 followers, 1,000 followers, 100,000 followers, doesn't matter how many or how few followers that you have, if they already love what it is that you're doing. Like for example, people already love my pick a card tarot reading videos. All you need to do is more of that, but put a price tag on it. I know. Groundbreaking. Who would have thought? But honestly, as spiritual business besties, we often think way too far. We think we have to reinvent the wheel. We think we have to do something completely groundbreaking and new. But what people actually just want is what we've been doing, just packaged in a different way that feels more personal and gives them more in-depth information. So for me, what I did is that I understood people love my tarot reading videos. So I created paid tarot reading videos that people can instantly download. It's a win-win. People get the instant gratification of already knowing what to expect, right? Because they've seen it on my YouTube channel. They follow me because they love it, and they know what the result will be. I know that they will already be happy with it because they're fans who love what I've already created, so they just want more of it. And I repackage it for a very specific demographic of my audience. I don't have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to creating thumbnails because my audience is already used to the thumbnails, the fonts that I use on my social media. I can just copy paste and create a product that is more personal, more in-depth, put a price tag on it. Now I have created a digital asset for myself that I can sell forever. And the best part is now this viewer has turned into a customer at a very low ticket entry point that allows them to experience the quality of what I have to offer within my business and makes it far more likely for them to purchase again. And repeat purchases are actually super easy to get, especially when you are offering something to people you already know that they will love. So if people are following you on social media because you've got amazing yoga flows or you create amazing coaching tips, you know that when they're paying for just a more in-depth version of that, they will get the instant transformation that they know, that they're used to, that they're craving, so they will be happy with it. And the next time you launch something mid-tier or high ticket, they'll be far more interested to purchase from you again because they already had a super positive experience in purchasing from you the very first time. Also, you can get really creative with these low ticket offers and have a bunch of them. That way you are slowly but surely starting to build trust with your audience, as well as a way to make passive income even while you sleep, because you create it once and you sell it forever as you just automate the process by using a platform that makes that extremely easy for you to do. Any platform on which you can sell courses such as Kajabi, that's the one I'm using. No, this is not sponsored. I will be leaving my affiliate link below in the description box for you to use. You get a free trial when you use the link, and I find that this platform is very professional. I've tried other ones, but this one has been my favorite for user experience so far. Now, tip number 2, my gorgeous soul, make sure that your offers are multidimensional. So that means rather than just selling a course, why don't you sell a course with a community attached to it? Rather than just selling a group coaching container, why don't you have your group coaching container with some live coaching sessions with you, a course curriculum, and a community? So this is my Freedom Framework, to which I will attach the PDF below in the description box. It's completely free for you to download, so make sure that you do that, because I explained to you in the Freedom Framework how you can create freedom for yourself as a spiritual entrepreneur while at the same time delivering to your customers and clients at the highest level. This is a combination that is multidimensional, where you approach your services from having community, which builds trust, integrity, and allows for students to communicate with one another. You've got a course curriculum, so students can learn on their own and study in their own time, and they can go as deep as they want, whenever they want. And then you've also got coaching, where for me, for example, in my Psychic CEO coaching container, I show up once per week, every single Sunday, with a different coaching topic, and so my students get the interactive coaching experience without the super high price tag of one-to-one coaching, and I too have the freedom to coach once per week and to be able to do so at the highest highest level rather than being burnt out with back-to-back one-to-one sessions with private clients. This allows you to create a type of multi-dimensional experience that makes your product like no other, and that allows for your student to feel like they've got the best of every single one of these three worlds. And again, I explain it in my Freedom Framework PDF in even more detail. Download it below in the description box. The message we're receiving here is the Wheel of Fortune, which is a message of good fortune and good luck. When you combine a multi-dimensional approach to your spiritual business, trust me, it will skyrocket. You'll get so many people spreading the word by word of mouth of how amazing it is to be your student, to be part of your world. You will quickly learn that this is a huge win-win for not only your students, but especially your business, because guess what? When I have a course curriculum, a community, as well as coaching that I do once per week in this container, how many students can I have? An infinite amount, right? Because the ceiling isn't capped. I am no longer trading my time for money, and you want to make sure that you are structuring your business in a way that gives you the freedom and that takes you away from having to trade in your time for money. Which brings us to our third point, which is to run your business in energy cycles, not burnout cycles. Remember, as a spiritual entrepreneur, whether you run a spiritual business or you're an entrepreneur who is very spiritual, remember that spiritual empires often collapse when the channel is depleted. And newsflash, the channel is you. Have you ever watched a spiritual entrepreneur seemingly become extremely successful, or a coach that was spiritually aligned, and then all of a sudden they fell off? They were like nowhere to be seen. They were posting how they were making all of this money. They've had all of these clients, all of these students, and all of a sudden they're just gone, poof, like they never existed. That is when the channel is broken, and you want to make sure that you don't fall into a burnout cycle, because often people disappear when they've burnt out, and when they disappear for a long time, they've burnt out badly. This is something you want to completely avoid by honoring your energetic cycles. So whenever you have bursts of creativity, use those. Don't wait till later. Don't procrastinate. When I have a burst to film something new, I do it immediately. I write it down and I say to myself, okay, what's stopping me today from filming this offer today, right now, even if it's not perfect, putting it up and even just putting it on pre-launch. That's what I did with my From Single to Married journey. I had that idea, I'll put it on the screen somewhere, for this tarot reading that I knew a lot of my viewers would love, because they love love readings, they love marriage readings, and they would love to go through these journeys of 7 different portals where they go from being single to happily married. Now, I had that idea in the morning. I filmed it that same day. I filmed it in the morning. During lunchtime, I was still filming. In the afternoon, I edited it. By the evening, I had it uploaded to the platform. Now, I want to remind you of the fact that taking action immediately and creating something that you make once and then you can sell over and over and over again, it is something that you get better and better at. I have, of course, been creating videos for over a decade. So something that would take someone else maybe a week, 2 weeks to make, to come up with, to film, to edit, might even take a beginner a month. I can do it in a day. And the better you become at selling, the more income you will see, the more you will be able to get creative with ideas that don't lead you to burnout, where you're like, I can create this product that actually I make it once and then I can sell it forever. And the execution becomes simpler. So don't give up if you're feeling like, oh, this is so much. You will have products that are a flop. You will have products that don't sell the way that you want to, but none of it means that you didn't do well. None of it means that it was a failure, because guess what? Every single repetition makes you better at editing, at filming, at producing, at coming up with ideas, and also at selling and creating a business that allows you to not be in a burnout cycle and step out of the hamster wheel. So we've got the 10 of Cups. You have to make sure you don't get trapped in the hamster wheel. You know why? The message I'm getting here in the 10 of Cups, which is the 10 of the element of water, as the suit of Cups corresponds to the element of water, and it especially pertains to Pisces, Scorpio, as well as Cancerian. I am a Cancerian, so hello, all of my Cancerian fellow brothers and sisters. As you can see, the 10 of Cups, it shows fulfillment in a relationship. It shows fulfillment in your private life, in your emotions, because the element of water connects to your emotions. It represents your emotions. To be emotionally fulfilled, to have time for family, friends, kids, and building legacy, you have to make sure you are not just constantly trading your time for money and overworked, which is why it's so important that you create a type of business framework, that you learn to do this early on, so that when you put in work, you put in work for the future, and you make assets that continue to generate income even while you sleep. So you've got as much time as possible for the other areas of your life, the emotional fulfillment, and that's so you can safely secure your family's future in the earthly realm as well. Because what's the point in being spiritually aligned and such a giver if your business is not able to survive or stay afloat and be profitable, right? Your business has to be profitable, even if you're super spiritual. And dare I say, I think it even makes you far more spiritual if you've got a business that's actually successful and allows you to lean back and relax and enjoy the income while it's coming in. Okay, you're just checking your phone and it's just notification and sale after sale after sale, because then you can lean more deeply into your spiritual practices. Then you're actually in alignment with your spirituality. If you're just constantly in hustle mode, to me, that's not a spiritual person. That's not spiritually aligned energy. That's energy I want far away from me, because I want to be aligned with the energy of being relaxed and of being able to enjoy each area of my life and be successful both in the material and in the spiritual realm. The fourth way for you to instantly level up your spiritual business is to lead with embodiment, not with explanation. And you may be asking yourself right now, Vanessa, this is woo-woo, crazy spiritual. Let me explain. Customers feel your energy, and your customers buy your energy. Your customers do not want to purchase something that doesn't make them feel a way. Feelings are important. Every single sale, every single purchase is actually by definition an impulse. You had to get that person over the edge, over the ledge that made them get out their credit card, perhaps even throw it at the screen to buy something from you, or kind of hesitantly be like, okay, finally time for me to do it. It's finally time for me to buy this thing. Either way, you have to get your customer through that journey from thinking about it to actually pulling the trigger and doing it. And you do that through embodiment. The Nine of Blades here shows me that a lot of you who are watching this video, what you need to hear is that you deserve to be seen, because the Nine of Blades here shows me this fear of being seen in who you are, this fear of embarrassing yourself, this fear of perhaps even people from your school that you used to work with thinking like, oh, she thinks she's all that now with her little spiritual business. Let them think that. Let them think that from their couches while you are somewhere on a yacht in the French Riviera sipping martinis and having delicious hors d'oeuvres while they are talking about you. Nine of Blades shows that where there is overthinking, there is a disconnect in your energy. If you're overthinking your appearance, how you sound, whether you're doing it well enough, that is going to stop you from actually putting anything out there. That is going to stop you from being authentic in your energy. So it is super important that you get rid of the overthinking. You get rid of worrying about what others will say about you, because your energy is magnetic when you are authentic in it. And your customers and clients will only purchase from you if you're authentic in who you are. And how amazing will it feel for you to be paid to exist, to be paid for who you are, rather than a facade that you put up and that you created because you were too afraid to show yourself. So remember, selling through embodiment happens very effortlessly because you will find your soul tribe. I promise you. When I started my first channel, my tarot reading channel, which has grown to over 500,000 subscribers organically, I started from zero. I thought, surely there aren't that many people who want to watch me do pick a card reading videos for hours on end, but guess what? There are millions of people, because yes, I've got over 500,000 subscribers, but the amount of views, I think we're like at 80 million views or something like that. So I just want you to know here, you might think you're in a niche. You might think your content isn't perfect enough or it's not worth watching. But trust me, if you love your niche, if you find your niche interesting, there are enough people on this planet who find your niche just as cool as interesting and would love to watch and consume your content as you're fully embodied and even buy from you as a customer who loves your energy. But we have to be able to find you, and you have to be authentic about it. It won't be perfect at the beginning, but trust me, if you implement all of these tips and everything that I teach you, it will shave years off of your journey to finding your ICA, your ideal client avatar, and years off of the customer journey, because I had no idea about all of these spiritual business tips when I started my channel or any of my spiritual businesses, and I would have loved to have a spiritual business bestie like the way that I'm teaching you now. So embody who you truly are, Don't be shy, and know that if it's something you love, there is an audience for it and there is a clientele. Last but not least, my fifth point on how to immediately revamp your spiritual business is to think legacy, not just launches. The true hallmark of being a spiritual CEO, of being a psychic CEO like we are here on this channel, is to have systems and flywheels that work for you as you sleep, that create and generate income for your business as you sleep, and you not always just having to chase the carrot, the dangling carrot in front of you, and to be in the hamster wheel, right? Creating legacy also means that literally your business outlives your to-do list. Your business outlives you, and you create something that you can pass on. You create a system. You create a way in which your business functions even without you. So you can go on the 3-month vacation with your loved ones to Bali. So you can go and climb Everest. So you can visit Alaska. You can go on that boat trip and visit Antarctica, or go and do the medicine in the rainforest. Whatever it is that you want to do, build a business that allows you to get closer to your dreams actually coming to fruition. And the 8 of Blades shows you have to implement quickly. The 8 of Blades means speed. The 8 of Blades means business. Build a business that isn't 100% just reliant on you, especially as your energy is scarce and you want to make sure that your business isn't burning you out, means that you have to learn to implement systems, immediately test them. If you launch products and there's a certain type of email sequence that just works, you see sales come in when you launch a product and you bundle it up with a free reading, you bundle it up with some sort of free product, write that down, take inventory of it so you can then delegate it to a virtual assistant, for example, who works for far less dollars per hour. So when you're launching your system, when you're launching your new product next time, you focus on creating the product, you focus on the photo shoots, you focus on everything that is fun, that you love doing, and then you delegate the tasks that you don't necessarily have to do to another person. Also, social media posts, things such as editing. If it's something that you love to do, continue doing it. But when you take action, when you put yourself out there frequently enough, what happens is that you start to collect data. And that is why I urge you to be unafraid and to put yourself out there. But pick one platform at a time. That's where a lot of us spiritual entrepreneurs, we often make a huge mistake. It's that we are so creative, we have so many different things we're interested in, and we have to learn to pick a lane and also pick a platform. For me, that platform that I picked was YouTube, because I knew that the average consumer and buyer and the average member had to be able to consume roughly 6 hours of my content before they would make the decision to buy. So in order to be able to build that backlog, that catalog, I picked this platform because it is far more effective for the type of person that I want to sell to, that I want as my ideal client avatar, which is someone who likes long form content that doesn't just fry your brain and wants to go through real life-changing transformation. Pick a platform and become really good at it. If you can, post several times a week depending on the platform. If it's YouTube, try to post 3 to 4 times a week at the beginning so you get really good at it. If it's Reels on Instagram, perhaps you can post a reel or 2 per day. I know at the beginning it will seem overwhelming until you find your own recipe that allows you to organically grow your following, because now you have more eyes on yourself, your business, and your services. And in order to figure out how you can create content that generates views as well as leads effortlessly, you've got to try. You've got to put yourself out there, and you've got to try lots of different formats on one platform. So pick a platform. I definitely recommend YouTube. Of course, I've heard podcasting is amazing as well, and then become really good at it and make your own format that works for every single video that you know people will love. So let's get into a little parting piece of guidance, if you will, a 6th bonus point that we will receive from our tarot cards. Let's see what else that we've got here. The 8 of Pentacles. Now remember, people make everything look extremely easy online, and the difference between easy and simple is that easy makes it seem as though there's no work involved at all, and simple means that it's simple to do. So try to focus on simple processes within your business, make them scalable in that way, and make sure that your business doesn't depend on you just being in the hamster wheel 24/7, 365 days per year, because you will burn out. Trust me, I've been there, done that. The more simple your product and your process, the more easy the decision will be for your buyer to purchase from you and to join your program, to work with you, to move forward with you in their lives. Keep it simple, and from there on out, things will become easy. I'm sending you so much love right here from Zurich, Switzerland. If you love this video, and make sure that you don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and of course also download my free Freedom Framework below in the description box. And I will either see you within the Psychic CEO community during one of my iconic Sunday lives or in an upcoming video right here on YouTube. Bye!